In this video, you will see something that's one of the most basic things you can find in sewing and most textile techniques like crochet, knitting and embroidery. And I'm talking, of course, of how to thread a needle. So it's often seen like something that's kind of hard to do, but in fact it's very easy and there's a trick. And you don't need any extra accessories or some things to do it. It's very simple with just the needle, just the yarn, and the right way to do it. So what usually happens is that people try to hold the needle in place and move the yarn to get it through the needle, which doesn't work very well because the yarn tends to fray, and so it becomes harder and harder. And so the trick is to do the exact opposite. So you hold the yarn in place and you move the needle. So to do that, we twist the yarn and hold it in place very tightly between the forefinger and the thumb. Cut away all the tiny fibers that started to fray. And then with the needle, holding the yarn tightly with your fingers, you kind of slip the needle between your fingers and catch the yarn. So in this case it was very easy because the needle is very big and the yarn isn't that thick. So we'll try again with a needle that's a bit smaller. So if your yarn started to fray, just cut the end so it's very neat. And here you can see the needle is about the size of the yarn, so it should be trickier. And same way, just twist the yarn, hold it in place, spot the place where the yarn is and slip the needle between the fingers. And the moment you see that it starts to catch the yarn, use your nail to like catch the end and pull on it so you can get the yarn neatly through the needle. And now, just for fun, let's try with a needle that's even smaller. So that's not so useful because the needle is really way too small, so you won't need to thread needles like so small with yarn so thick. But let's try it anyways to try the technique and see if it works even with like more extreme cases. So here let's cut the fibers again a bit so the end is very neat, and like previously just slip the needle between the fingers, catch the end and pull. And here you can see the yarn is really too thick for the needle, so it gets stuck inside. So you won't really need this kind of extreme in sewing and knitting, but it still works. So if you practice, it's actually kind of easy to thread a needle with that technique. Here, that needle is like really so small that the yarn can't even, like, it's hard to remove the yarn, but it still shows that the technique works. So if you practice a bit, then it becomes very easy and threading a needle becomes something you don't even think about. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section.